Critic Stephanie Cook is here with her review of Disney Nature's Bears, which barely missed the top 10 at the box office. And of course, I'm very interested to see this one because it takes place in Alaska. Yay! And we were asking when you were like, what do I review? I was like, bears.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of times we just have the ding going, and if somebody just tuned in, they have no idea why that just happened. We always ding her when she says the word Alaska. She's from Alaska. She says it a lot. We ding it. It's funny.
Oh, we have a ding, yes.
It's funny to us. Annoying to you, probably.
How exciting is this? They followed, what, this family for a year?
That's right. It is really, really stunning. The star of this Disney nature film is supposed to be the bears, but so much of it is the landscape in which they live and trek through. Oh, okay. The bears are pretty darn awesome, too. So in honor of Earth Day weekend, Disney Nature Films is back with a spectacular look at a year in the life of a mama bear named Sky and her two new cubs, Amber and Scout. It starts with the birth and nursing through the winter, the hibernating, buried beneath mounds of snow in the regal mountains of Alaska's Katmai, is that right? Katmai National Park. Soon enough, the snow begins to melt and it's time for Sky to make the move, the long, long journey toward food. And the salmon runs. The trio faces treacherous terrain and even an avalanche along the way, but the search for food is what it's all about. And when they arrive at the meadow, gateway to the salmon, grass is the first staple, but a quick jaunt to the shore ahead of the salmon arrival means there's a little other fishing to do.
Mom! Never mind, I got it. I'm fine. My claw, Mom, but what do you do if your claw gets stuck in the clam? Let go. Mom, it's stuck in my claw. What are you looking at, bird? This is how I carry it. Just walk it over here. Just taking my clam for a walk, that's all. I don't want that clam anyway.
It is so cute. Sky must defend her cubs against other hungry male bears that want them. Magnus, the king of the meadow, and Chinook, the exiled fringe king wannabe. Both of them come for the bear cubs for food. Sky has to stand her ground. The fight for survival against wolves and bears and ultimately hunger is just fascinating to watch. Alistair Fothergill and Keith Scholey, known for work on African Cats, teamed up with co-writer Adam Chapman to bring bears to life. And actor John C. Reilly as the narrator was a great choice. His happy-go-lucky approach to the narration and the imagined internal dialogue of the bears was such an enjoyable fit. Disney Nature's Bears is educational, but it also brings us an emotionally appealing story that makes the film really easy to watch for all ages. A word of caution, though, for parents, there are a few scenes that could upset the littlest moviegoers. There are scenes involving abandonment and a drowning scare that are handled very well, but could still be a little upsetting, so be warned. The movie ultimately is about survival.
Really? I didn't know that they narrated it.
They did.
That's
so
cute.
He is kind of like, he's kind of telling you what is happening, what they're doing as they go along, and then all of a sudden he'll do little ad-lib things. There's a scene where they're all full and there's bears laying everywhere. One of them's about to fall asleep and he's like, who changed the channel? That's something my dad would do watching TV.
All right, so how many cookies are you giving?
I'm giving it 4 out of 5. It's really spectacular. The visuals of the mountains and just the journey that they take is so amazing. And some of the things that you would never expect to see in Alaska, like I just had no idea. The springtime in Alaska is gorgeous. It's just like our spring. I mean, there are some beautiful flowers. There's pollen that they deal with, and the rivers and streams and things that they go into are just so beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that spring and summertime in Alaska is gorgeous, and that's why so many people flock there, and they have the tourism is crazy. Winter months, obviously there's snow, but we have full-blown 75, 80-degree summers.
And the clamming that they were doing, where Scout got the clam stuck on his claw, that's in the mud flats, which I didn't know about. That was fascinating to learn about how the ocean recedes and they go out. There's one where they get trapped out in the water.
Yeah, people think it's like beachy, but you can't walk on that because you're sure to
It's mud.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that I will say. Stay for the entire credits. I mean, as a producer, it's fascinating to me too, but just anybody, all the shots, I found myself during the film going, how did they get that shot? There's a wolf on the prowl coming right at the camera. And then they show you how they got all of that in the end, and they show you the behind the scenes of the actual filmmakers shooting it, and it's fascinating, just fascinating. All the way to the end.
Everybody go visit Alaska now. There you go. And go see the movie. Make sure to check out Stephanie Cook's movie review blogs. You can find it at blogs.wavy.com and click on THRS Movie Reviews link. Thanks, Cookie.
Yep.